The following is a Nightfall Media production. For more information, check out nightfallmedia.io. Star Wars Nightfall is a not-for-profit RPG actual play podcast set in the Star Wars universe. Nightfall claims no relationship with Disney, Lucasfilm, or any of their partners or affiliates. Nightfall can be found online at starwarsnightfall.com or twitch.tv/StarWarsNightfall. The following episode contains strong language and simulated acts of violence. Listener discretion is advised.
May the Force be with you.
The war between the Republic and the Separatists rages on. With no end in sight, both sides look to desperate measures to end the conflict. After a heated battle with the Dark Jedi Aegis Vulnero, Jedi Padawan MAL'IA has been captured by an unknown bounty hunter. Having left Port Borealis, Jedi Knight DAELEN GAULT and his companions mourn their lost friend. You're listening to Chapter 14 of the Book of Daelen Gault. The Book of Daelen Gault stars Rob Hunter as Daelen Gault, Richard Caposell as Kinari, Justin Chapman as Kreedo, Paden Castle, and Zakk Saam as the Galaxy Master. Hey, Paden.
Yeah.
Question of the day.
Question of the day.
So if you had to choose a producer or writer to do this season of Star Wars Nightfall as a movie or TV show, who would you want your writer or director or producer to be? For me, I'd want David Fincher to be the writer because he could write this as the edgy noir film that it needs to be.
Oh, man.
I think as basic as it is, I don't know a ton of writers, but I do writers and producers.
You do director, producer.
I like Dave Filoni and what he's been doing. So I think he'd do it really well.
You get like tribute to each character's little backstory and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My honorable mention is Mike White from White Lotus. He would do an awesome...
I haven't seen that.
Okay.
I need to.
He would focus the interpersonal drama heavy.
I'm going to go with old reliable. I'm going to have Christopher Nolan directing and Jonathan Nolan writing.
I thought about it, man.
That's so good.
I was thinking about it. Shit.
Which I learned the other day that Jonathan Nolan is one of the executive producers on the new Fallout show.
What?
Ooh. What? That's sick. So honestly, I was like trying to talk myself out.
So.
It comes out in April.
Of Christopher Nolan, but like the main reason for me is not even just like the overall, but like the fucking combat scenes would be insane.
The choreography.
Yes. Like shit, I'm picturing like
the set design, just
like in the Inception, like hallway anti-gravity of just like Jedis and oh my God, that'd be insane.
Based off of like good action sequences, I would pick the director of and the stunt coordinator specifically of the Kingsman series.
Okay.
That's good.
Their
that's a good
choreography
choice.
is hands down the best in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna go. What is it? Stephen something Knight from Daredevil.
Yeah.
So that's mine
from
right
season
there.
1.
Yeah,
fucking
that's
good
mine
choice.
right there. That's my choice because that shit is insane, and I want Daelen Gault cast in that light of just like the weight. Not to mention it's even a character that has just like such religious vindication, whatever the hell.
Words correlates.
I make up words. You guys have probably gathered that by now as I cram big words together and I say them with the confidence that make them sound like words. I know they're not words, but hey, that's how words become words.
Justin, what's your pick?
I don't know about writers or anything, but I was thinking maybe the person that would direct it would be like Stanley Kubrick.
Oh shit!
I keep thinking of 2001: A Space Odyssey, and all the shots in that movie look really cool, and I think they would go good in this season.
That'd be a very beautiful Star
I was gonna
Wars
say
movie.
it doesn't. That would hit a noir note too, though. You know what I mean? Because it's those like overly dramatic cut shots. Yeah.
And hasn't Kubrick done noir?
Not so. I almost didn't say what I just said because I can't think of it, but his shit feels like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you have those longer scenes. Everything's very dark.
Uncomfortable pauses that move the plot forward in a way. Yeah.
Downtrodden.
I just
I'm
think
sure
it would
he
look
has.
cool.
I just can't think of it.
So last time we played, you guys got into a fight with a Dark Jedi. And that's pretty much all that I remember of it because I've been so caught up with editing previous episodes.
Nothing important happened other than that. So we pretty much tracked Aegis down to I believe it was like either an ore loading facility or smelting facility.
No, I got you here. It was an asteroid, and there was like 4 different factions there, and the one that he was hiding out in was like the Mining Federation or something like that.
We got in there, and pretty much one of us, I don't want to point fingers and hurt Kinari's feelings, really kind of barged in and tried to take him down.
Might have sliced open a few crates that had explosive materials.
The fight was broken up by a vessel coming into dock. Well, not dock, but we thought seemed like they were coming to dock. But on board, as the door opened up, it was Dorath, right?
I thought it was the Hound.
Dorath.
No, Dorath was in the door, and the Hound killed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Hound turned on so Dorath was standing there. We thought we were about to fight too, and a lightsaber came out through his chest.
Yeah.
And it was Kinari's lightsaber. Dorath falls to the ground. I still think he threw the lightsaber.
I remember now.
But then the fight continues as the Hound, I believe, grappling hooks MAL'IA and tries to make a run with her. And by try, I mean succeed. Because as I was trying to force pull the ship back, even Aegis sided with me. But one of us could not put the grudge away. And honestly, I'm cheering for you for that. I had such a hard time. I did not, I want to save MAL'IA. It's my whole goal. But I really hate that guy.
He was right there.
It just sucks it didn't work. That's not your fault. I mean,
it's kind of my fault.
It is kind of your fault, but I'm just trying to make you feel better a little.
It's the Jedi way.
You failed your concentration and all that.
Yeah. Despite our best efforts, MAL'IA gets out. The ship is gone. Mm-hmm. That random bounty hunter is on it. And we try to escape as soon as Wubwawa or Wubnana, we don't know which one it was. One of them, if not both of them, one of them was piloting.
I believe it was Wabanana.
Wubnana,
my man,
shows up with our ship. But as we were making a run for it, there had been, wasn't it something that like a fire had started?
Yeah.
And the controls were damaged?
There was gases that were leaking in from different containers and they lit on fire.
That's what it was. So our hero, Gruel,
he overrid the emergency.
Overrid the commands to get us out into the ship without telling us. Oh yeah, because he's closed the circuit with a credit chip, sacrificing, and they were burning. Where they was like,
I had to keep using my credit.
So he gave up not only his life but his money to buy us enough time to get onto the ship, not telling us that he wouldn't be able to make it after us. And we are now heading off the asteroid.
I think I remember throwing the conversation starter to Justin and saying something along the lines of like, keep the conversation going.
If that didn't happen, it totally happened.
It definitely happened.
Yeah, that 100%. Even if you're listening to this right now and are like, I just listened to episode 13, it didn't happen.
No.
It happened.
We will dub that in. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So you guys have departed in your ship. You have left the asteroid. You are kind of in deep space right now. What's going through your minds?
I don't know if it's like a boarding ramp or a hull door, but Daelen is standing, like his hands kind of pressed up against the wall, just trying to feel as close to where they just left, knowing that it may be a while, if ever, until he stands this close to MAL'IA again. And he feels in a way that he failed. But he has a little hope because she's still alive. As his thoughts turn to Gruel, though, he just feels lost. And he turns sharply to the rest of the group. What happened? That wasn't the plan.
Daelen, I gave in. I kept attacking. I had no idea what I was doing.
I want to know. I want to know something from you, Kreedo. I can't help but notice that stranger looked an awful lot like a bounty hunter.
He most certainly was.
Yes?
Yes.
So you're saying there's a bounty on MAL'IA's head and you didn't tell us? You didn't say anything?
I did not know about this bounty.
That's easy for you to say, but you weren't hard to convince to come along, and here you are. We took you right to her. And now, look, a ship without a captain. All it cost us was Gruel's life.
Jumping to conclusions, aren't you?
If you don't know anything about the bounty, surely you know someone who would.
I'm sure I would. But we'll have to figure that out. And there's always a way to figure that out.
Very well. I'm sorry, I'm a bit turned around. I never thought Gruul of all of us. I thought he was useful, but selfish. I
can't believe he would sacrifice himself for us.
He was a good one.
There's no way to make that right. It's not fair. But the Force puts us down paths that we do not choose. Sometimes it is up to us to make the best of it.
I think, even given our selfish friend's nature, I think you would want us to keep continuing our search for MAL'IA.
We have no other choice.
She's out there. And we gotta find her. I still got a job to do.
And you still promise you're doing this with us, not for you.
I'm doing this for me and you.
Not the answer I was looking for, but an honest one. Very well. Don't know what advice you have or where to look, but you should probably head to the helm and let Wubnana and Wubwawa know. Perhaps, maybe you should fly from here on out as well.
Good idea.
I need some time to gather myself. Please excuse me. And I'm gonna head off to one of the other chambers where the chamber that Kinari had been practicing in the past when I approached him about the Count Dooku at the party, or Count Dooku at the battle at the beginning.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go there and I'm going to meditate for a little while. I want to use Farseeing, but I'm actually kind of nervous, and I think I might give it more time, given the fact that I'm like 50% sure I'll just see the inside of that ship. I'd rather see either their destination or a little farther forward. So, what are you guys doing?
I think Kinari is going to go to his room on the ship. And he's going to meditate and rest alongside that. But more importantly, he's going to meditate on Gruul dying and how he definitely was one of the big causes of that event happening, given that he swung wildly and given that he lost MAL'IA too, the thing that he's been searching for alongside Daelen. He let his friends down.
I would like to go to the helm of the ship and see if there's any way I could track where MAL'IA's ship has gone. I don't know if there's any way I could do that, Zakk.
It would be an extremely difficult use computer check. But yeah, do a use computer and let's see what happens.
16.
So you would not be able to determine which way they went.
Okay. I'll look out the window and continue forward to a direction where I think they were going.
Are you taking over controls piloting the ship?
Yes.
Okay. Wamanama will sit aside and he'll take the co-pilot seat.
Does he say anything while he does that?
Wamana.
Oh, the disdain of a DM who hates the voice of a character he made. Okay, so back in meditation, I don't know how much of my backstory I even shared, but I had written a little bit of it, and something that always struck me was that the connection Jedi have with like the living force and the ability to feel the force fields around the living things, animal, humanoid, plant around them. I always hated the horrible, awful feeling of of losing like a soldier. And not to say that they're lesser, but there were many of them, and still even the sting of clones who were born and bred and trained their entire life, knowing they were full willing to lay down their lives for mine, was still a horrible feeling. Just feeling a shared sliver of that loss. And this is a lot worse. Knowing that this is someone who did not intend to give their life for me, but did anyways. So in meditation, I guess I want to just see if there's any way to reach out in the Force and try to see if I can get a feeling, like maybe even my far-seeing ability. I don't think it'll work because Gruul's dead, but I guess I'm looking for any sort of feeling from the Force that might give me some sort of assurance that he's with it. He's with the Force now.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The cast here at Nightfall Media is proud to present our Patreon, a place to create new experiences while exploring our past journeys.
With content like the Raincor's Pit, an after show where the cast breaks down the most recent episode, and an inside look to the cast outside of the show.
See the cast you love put on a show in other TTRPG systems. Listen to them as they play as scoundrel pirates in Pirateborg, or listen to them as classic adventurers in D&D 5e.
Furthermore, the cast has loads of ideas for your own TTRPGs at home. Try out one of Rob Hunter's fully written out characters, or visit Paden Castle's Vault of Magic Items.
A handful of shows for your viewing pleasure, and take-home goodies for your own TTRPG adventures. All of this for just $3.
Still hungry for more content? Join our Discord server where you can interact with other fans of the show, get notifications of when the cast streams, and updates on Nightfall Media directly from the cast. Hope to see you there.
Okay, give me a use the Force check.
All right. 29.
You are overcome with feelings of reassurance that Gruul's final moments connected him to the Force in a way that hadn't been before.
Oh. Beautiful. All right.
I also would like to award everyone one destiny point.
Oh, wait.
I think, piggybacking a bit off of Rob's point, I think this is the first time a death has like truly affected Kinari. Like, he didn't like, as much as he like isn't like heartless, he kind of viewed the battles of the Clone Wars as a necessity, and viewed it more as like, I need to protect the people I know. But this is something that needs to happen. And this is the first time that like someone he's actually gotten close with, who he's actually fought like side by side truly again with, has died. And I think it's affecting him a lot more than anything in the Clone Wars.
So finding at least a modicum of peace with the fact that he went out on such a selfless, heroic act, kind of calming myself and realizing that like everything dies. I know that. And if you can, it's the one thing all living things do. And if I can use that to do some good, then I think I'd be proud of the life I lived. So I'm going to head out of meditation. Probably like an hour has passed. So I don't know what, I know you were kind of talking what you're up to, but I am going to head up to the helm because I think I owe at least some clarification, if not an apology, to our bounty hunter. What have you been up to while I was meditating?
Trying to track down the ship, but no success. I don't even know where to look.
I said some things I shouldn't have, Kreedo. I questioned your allegiance, and I'm ashamed to say that if Gruul was alive, I might have done the same to him, and clearly his allegiance was not in question. So I'm choosing to trust you.
Thank you.
But if you know any contacts, for example, if you collect or receive a bounty, is there any place more common than others to go? Put yourself in this bastard's shoes. You've captured a Jedi Padawan. Where do you go?
Where would I go, Zakk?
If you just captured a Jedi Padawan, you'd probably want to go underground or deliver it as quickly as possible.
What do you think? Where do you think they're going?
I don't know exactly where they're going, but I know a place that we may be able to collect some information. A place where other bounty hunters go when they want to find some information. On the planet Navarro.
I've not heard of Navarro. Are you sure it's pronounced that way, Navarro?
Navarro.
What do you know about it?
It's kind of a shady place. But a lot of people go there to collect information. There's a specific cantina that a lot of bounty hunters go to. And I believe that maybe we can find some information about where MAL'IA is headed to.
All right, set a course. And I'm gonna start to turn to leave and stop, and I know it's got us into trouble before, but I assume that a Jedi Knight, much less two Jedi Knights, would be out of place there?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna go head to Kinari.
You find Kinari deep in meditation, not doing hot.
I'm just gonna walk up and sit down, kind of like kneel down before you and meditate as well. But I'm going to try to make it very clear through my presence in the Force that you're aware of it. I don't want to disrupt you, so if you want to continue your meditation, I'll stay and just wait.
I think noticing your presence, I would stir. Hello.
I've spoken to Kreedo. I think I trust him. At least I believe him that he did not know about the bounty on MAL'IA, if that's even what this is. He says we may be able to find information on a place called Navarro. Doesn't sound like the kind of place our kind want to be identified.
Do I have galactic lore? Can I do a galactic lore check on Navarro?
Yes.
12 plus 12, 24.
You know that Navarro is along the Hydian Way in Grid Square J19. It's part of the Outer Rim territories. Most of it is similar to the landscape of Hawaii, where it's a lot of lava flows.
Okay.
And that the settlements it does have kind of resemble Pompeii. Like they're at the seat of a volcano. Some of them have been kind of blazed over and then rebuilt.
Would I have ideas of what the culture would be like there?
Not particularly, I don't think.
It's not particularly shady.
On the Wikipedia, there's literally no history before the Empire had it.
Okay. I looked at Daelen. Given I've looked a bit into Navarro when I was studying at the temple. It seems to be a mostly volcanic place, and it doesn't seem like it's... Yeah, I don't remember it being too shady as far as criminal dealings.
All right, he says he knows of a tavern. If it's not public knowledge, that might be good for us.
I think it would still be beneficial to get disguises.
So let's look around the ship and see if... Because this is the one we bought, too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're going to find anything. Let's look around the ship and see if we can find any clothes. Maybe this sounds shitty, but I'm going to go to Gruel's quarters. I'm thinking tactically, but by the time I get there, I open the door and like immediately I just feel like a piece of shit. As though you haven't given enough. But also you were a classy, stylish dude.
The executioner jacket.
So I'm going to see if Gruel... He's done so much to protect us that I have to accept that his dying wish was for us to survive. I'm going to see if there are any clothes here that look less Jedi.
What was Gruul's like size?
Gruul's a big fucking dude.
Yeah, he was big. He was like 6'1" or something, wasn't he?
I'll
Yeah.
make do.
280 pounds.
So like big but not fat.
Yeah, just large.
I think
So,
that
Gruul,
would,
that's up to you if you had a spare set of clothes.
I would say, yeah, I think it'd be sick to see one of you guys wearing my execute. Like, it was like like canvas jacket, and then the hood on it, I'd cut 2 holes out to make it look like an executioner's hood. It'd be sick to see one of you guys wear it.
I think that would fit Kinari's build more.
I'm like running my fingers along it like, this seems like a Kinari sort of thing. So I'm gonna grab that, and I guess at the very least, I'm gonna take off my outer robe. I'm gonna look back at my picture of, no, I'm super Jedi. I have like a hooded scarf cowl kind of, I'll keep on. But I'm gonna take off like my outer robe and try to wrap like my hood, like my hood cowl, because it was like a scarf that I wrapped around like a hood kind of. I am going to try to wrap that more like a poncho maybe.
Oh, the Jedi poncho. It's the
See
Jedi
if I can look a little less obvious, or at the very least get in somewhere where we can get some better clothes. So I'm gonna try to make myself look as least Jedi as possible, and then I'm gonna take the jacket to Kinari and see like if he says anything about what I'm wearing. Kinari, I just toss like a leathery jacket at you.
Oh. Are we sure we want to be? I mean, I guess it's the only form of clothing we really have other than our own.
If we get killed now, he died for nothing. Can only hope he'd understand.
I think you're right. And I think Kinari's gonna take off his outer robe and throw on the jacket that Gruul wore.
It's like Mach 1 though, like it's your first take. Like it's not like tailored, it's just a jacket that you would cut up, like the first Spider-Man costume. It's not as cool.
It was tight on Gruul, but it's huge on Kinari.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know. I feel like because Kinari's about 6 foot and he's built, so like he's not. He's
Okay,
not,
maybe
like,
you could fill it out.
Daelen's definitely more of like the tall, scrawny
Lean.
type.
Yeah.
Where I'm the tall.
Dalen's like
built
4 inches
out
taller
type.
than me and like 20 pounds less.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah,
I
you
think
could fill it out then.
I was about to say I think I'd fill it out actually exactly right.
I just have a very wide head, being that I was Quarren,
More darkness.
so
it's
the
fine.
hood's a little large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
custom.
I have to like it fully covers my head.
Yeah, the eye holes go down towards like your lips,
Yeah. I'm here for it.
Yeah, but it probably looks sweet with your
right?
All right, so you guys head down towards the planet of Navarro.
I honestly am going to put my trust in Kreedo's hands. I guess what I would voice to him is I would go back to the hall and do you think we'll stand out down there?
You both look pretty snazzy. Especially you, Kinari.
Well, I felt it was the best way to put his clothing to work.
I think we'll be fine.
All right, then land wherever you think is best.
Okay.
So you will find a few different settlements. There's one that does seem to be considerably larger than all of the other ones.
Okay. I would probably know where this cantina is,
Yes.
so I would probably land close to where that is. Probably where the large settlement is, I'm guessing. All right, let's land.
Bring her in.
Okay, so you are going to land this thing, and you're not going to receive any sort of communication from the planet. No one's coming to greet you in. No one's coming to check what's on your ship. They're not taking any transponders or anything like that.
Not much of a welcome. Should we be concerned?
No, this is normal.
I was going to say, is this common for outer rim planets?
You asking it?
Depends on the planet.
Depends on the planet. Okay.
All right. I am going to try to hide my lightsaber inside the folds of my robes.
Give me a stealth check.
As
16.
am I.
16? Okay. So anyone that tries to receive it will have to beat a 16 to find it.
All right.
I got a 25.
Okay. 16 and 25.
Actually, I believe I'm the only one with a lightsaber right now. Because the Maul saber got destroyed,
Yep.
and then you gave me yours, unless I gave it back to you. So I think Kinari's, before we walk out, is going to walk up to Daelen and is like, I still have your saber if you would prefer to have it, but I currently don't have a weapon to defend myself.
Kinari, I know you're doubting yourself right now, and I definitely think our tactics diverged in the last fight, but that blade will protect me much better in your hands.
Thank you, friend. And I'm going to hide it at a 25.
All right.
Okay, so you've landed your ship. What are you guys going to do?
Well, you knew a cantina? Not one for drink, but perhaps we should raise a glass to Gruul.
Lead the way.
Of course.
I would love to get, as we walk to the cantina, just like a slice of life in this town. Like, I guess, what are people doing? What's the density of the population? How do they regard us, if at all?
Almost all of the buildings are one story. It does seem to be very dirt filled. The streets themselves are made of concrete, but they're broken up quite considerably. There's a handful of people moving. It doesn't seem to be particularly busy. It is completely overcast and probably about 55 degrees Fahrenheit. A slightly more modern Old West town. You will see a handful of people coming and going from this cantina called the Starlight's Platoon. But other than that, some people give you looks, most of people ignore you.
All right. I guess once we get towards the entrance, I'm going to kind of just wave my hand, gesturing for Kreedo to take the lead.
Yep.
All right.
I'll hold the door for you.
Oh, thank you.
It's so kind.
Really, so I can watch you. I'm still... My eyes are just fixed on him the whole time.
Real quick. Who has credits?
Not me.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
About that.
We're broke now.
Your wallet died.
Yeah. Hey, new wallet.
Yeah. We have a ship for leverage. Yeah, we'll make this work.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
So you guys heading into the cantina?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so as you enter the cantina, you're going to find that there's one light that fills it. Most of it seems to be in darkness. There are a number of tables. Most of them are empty. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Behind the bar, there is a Wookiee who is serving drinks. Throughout the bar, you're going to find 2 Jawas sipping juice at a table. You are going to find a Twi'lek female who seems to just be kind of hanging out in the corner. There's going to be 2 humans in trench coats that have a booth together. You are also going to see a Trandoshan. And then you are going to see a Duros man wearing very shiny Mandalorian armor.
Quick question. Are the Jawas sipping on gin and juice?
No, I believe it's Jawa juice.
Yeah.
Jawa juice? Okay.
Gin and Jawa juice.
Gin and Jawa juice.
Gin and Jawa juice.
So I'm going to be analytically watching Kreedo to see what he does right now.
I'm going to go straight to the bar.
Okay. As you head towards the bar and the Wookiee, a human being is going to come out from the back area, and he's going to look at you, Kreedo, and go, "Namit, is that you?"
Oh, wait. This might be like a pickpocket or something. This is like a swindler's trick, though.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh!
I haven't seen you since that night on Corellia.
It's been a while.
What can I get you? It's on the house.
How about 3 Corellian Wisers?
All right. And he's going to grab them, and he's going to give you 3 Corellian Wisers, and he's going to sit you guys down personally at a table.
While he's doing that encounter, can I do a use the Force check to see if I can sense any Force sensitives nearby?
That's a smart check to make.
32.
You will
33.
You will find that the Twi'lek that's off on by themselves is Force sensitive, but it's a very low level. And the barkeep will turn to Kreedo. So, Namit, what brings you all the way out here?
Yes, Namit. Why don't you tell him?
Well, I'm looking on some information on a bounty. I don't know if you have any big bounties that you are aware of right now.
We have plenty of bounties that come through. I mean, what are you looking for in particular?
How about Force-sensitive Jedis?
Well,
I guess they all are.
between you and me, there are plenty of bounties on Jedi these days. Clone Wars have kind of made that very simple. Count Dooku is on the hunt.
This one is young. Barely even an adult. 13, 14.
Well, you know what? Let me ask a friend of mine. Redar, come over here.
Whoa! I forgot how this worked. Because we're...
The Duros and Mandalorian armor. That was Redar. It totally just hit me right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's so clear.
Yes.
Prequel Radar, I'm here for it.
I was thinking about him when you described the size of your clothes too. I was like, I bet that guy would fit.
You
like,
notice his head
tight.
is smoldering.
Okay.
No, that's not happened yet.
Can't help it over here. I understand you're looking for a Jedi.
Well, we're looking for a very young Jedi, possibly the high bounty on their head.
Well, most Jedis are how bounties these days. I may have picked off one or two myself.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Amanda Vint and I'm a romance author. Are you looking to leave the world behind for a while? Do you need some light-hearted entertainment to unwind with? If so, you're in the right place. Every Friday, I release episodes of my books for you to listen to for absolutely free. I'm currently making my way through my romantic comedy drama series, Lucky Me. So if you love your romance, head over to Amanda Vint's podcast, sit back, relax, and escape with me for a while. See you there. Enjoy!
So I am going to say something in Duriz because I speak it, and I don't know who's listening. I'm going to say in Duriz, this Padawan was a bounty taken out from under us. It's not very sportsmanlike. It was ours, and we just want to get her back.
Make a deception check.
Yep. 20. I didn't account for the level, so 28.
Okay, so he had...
No, 26. I'm sorry, 26.
He had a 13, so you deceive him.
Nice.
Well, I can't say that all the members of the Bounty Hunters Guild are legitimate, but that's not the most uncommon for this area. When was the last time you saw this mark?
How long was hyperspace?
Maybe 15 hours.
Say, less than a day ago.
Well, that's pretty fresh.
Taken from us on a mining asteroid, not far.
All right. A mining asteroid.
Coffergin 5?
There was someone who was headed out that way. They don't come around often, but they said they were headed out towards some asteroid. I thought it was a fool's errand, personally. I think it was the Hound. Or was it the dog? The wolf?
No, it's a very, very good information. And I will turn to the group. I'm actually going to turn to Kreedo specifically and maybe say it loud enough so that his friend can hear it, like anyone at the table, but not like shouting it. The Hound, the wolf. Does any of this ring a bell?
I've heard of the Hound. None of the others.
What do you know of the Hound?
Her weakness is lightsabers. Or her weakness, I think it was her.
Shit. We're down to our last one.
Q-Rock, are you trying to overhear the conversation?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay.
Can I do a perception
Yes.
check? Because I'm very good at those things. Thank you.
Oh shit, I could have kept it longer. Kept it
Apparently
in
you're
the dark.
not very good at those things.
Not good at rolling. Thank you very much. Oh no, I took something else instead. Never mind. How does a 9 sound?
It sounds like some people are having a conversation. It looks intense, but you don't hear any of it.
Okay. If
Zakk,
I don't hear any specifics, then I don't necessarily care yet. There's
Zakk.
specific trigger words that would get me engaged.
who is this person we're cutting to, and what do they look like?
So, Q-Rock, the Trandoshan, he's wearing very like classic kind of cowboy attire. He's got the long duster going on. He's got a very long wide brim hat that he's got turned down over his face. And if you allow me to have this, I am smoking a cigarette very classically and letting the smoke just roll out from under the brim
Love that.
into the room.
Are there
You're
Star
addicted.
Wars cigarettes?
I think that's more of a
Is that actually what
illicit
they're
drug,
called?
but there are cigarettes.
Is it? Oh, I just assumed that was it.
No, I think death sticks are a lot more illicit.
Good. I thought that was them just being like, we're going to take a stance on cigarettes and be like, good, it's about time someone did that.
Also, I want it to be noted that currently I'm regrowing my left arm.
How far along is it?
What?
Because I'm a Trandoshan. I would say like 2 days.
Okay.
So you chicken winging it?
Yeah. So I got one good arm, and then I got
How long
one
does it take to regrow an
I
arm?
believe you have a
I gotta
minus
roll for
5 to things when you don't have an arm.
I know you have a
Yeah, but
minus.
some people appreciate roleplay. It's fucking awesome.
But I have a one hand.
I know you have a -1 to use the force checks.
Yeah.
That's for cybernetic replacements.
I'm pretty sure not having an arm at all would do the same thing.
Oh, does it? So, okay, it just doesn't negate it.
Just
that makes
pass
sense.
me a D10.
There's also something about severing strike for Jedi Knights that gives them a -5 on something.
All right. So it's going to take me 9 days to regrow the limb. And
So
I'm
you
2
got a
days
week
into
until you
it.
get a limb back. That's fucking
love
cool.
And so I have like that arm of the jacket, like classically like rolled and tucked into it.
Just like folded up with a pin. That's so like badass war.
You've just signed yourself up for losing another limb this season.
Oh, guaranteed.
The Hound. I only know of their fame, but not much. Perhaps we can investigate further here. Do you know of anyone that knows of the Hound? And I'm looking at the...
Redar? Oh, they're your buddy.
Yeah, Redar.
Did we got a name for his buddy? I don't think we did.
For the bartender?
The bartender was a Wookiee. This is a guy that I got the vibe was just here
The
and bought
bartender
around.
was a Wookiee. Oh yeah, he just was a dude hanging out.
Yeah.
He came
He
from the
works here.
back.
Oh, so it's like a proprietor probably.
I'll ask him, my friend, and just anyone that's around.
Well, you could try talking about that to anyone throughout the cantina. I'm sure someone's heard of him. Maybe Kurok has heard of him. Kurok, come over here.
And so upon hearing his name, he sort of leisurely tilts his head up and then casually gets up from his table and strolls on over, ashes his cigarette directly on the table, leaves it there to take off his hat, and he puts it right to his chest, and you get a full view of his face, and he's got all sorts of like cuts and nicks all over his face, and he gives a big smile, and he's missing many of his teeth, and he gives like a little half bow, and he goes, "Howdy. My name's Kurok Frodo, and how can I be of service today?"
We procured a bounty of a young Jedi, and it was stolen from us about 16 hours ago.
Coffer Jin 5.
So, I don't know much about Jedi or finding Jedi. I myself specialize more in smuggling. You have any idea who nabbed this bounty of yours?
The Hound.
Yeah.
And all of Kurok's smile snaps shut like a crocodile snapping its jaw closed. And he goes, "The Hound? The Hound?" And then he brushes the duster open to reveal his regrowing arm in its like mangled form. "I lost this arm to the Hound just the other day."
Well, it seems like we've got a common enemy then.
"Yes, we do. Not only did the Hound take my arm, but also took my coin. See, I'm a gambling man, you see. And we were playing a good game of sabacc, and the Hound didn't like that I was doing so good. Decided to take my coin and teach me a lesson. So I'm itching to get even."
Well, seeing as you know the Hound, what information can you give us on them?
"She's ruthless. She's got no heart. Quiet. Doesn't like to talk much. Didn't reveal her identity while we played, but man, could she play.
Was she always wearing her armor or something?
Oh, yeah. We tried to get to know her, but she wouldn't let on much. Yeah, she had her husband with her, though. He was more of the talker. He spoke mostly for the two while they played. Talk about being the getaway driver for the two. Pulls up, she gets the hit, they get out. Clean, quick.
Well, that definitely fits the MO of what just happened to us.
Anything, his or her attire or armor, anything that gave away possibly a home planet or...
They both were human, or at least her armor seemed to give the build of a human. Her accent's from the mid-rim, if that helps.
What of her husband?
Husband was Corellian, very clearly.
Well, that's quite a lot of information. Given that you have a score to settle with the Hound yourself, would you want to accompany us?
Wow. And this, he gets a big smile again. He goes, well, as a gambling man, I'd be happy to take that bet.
They may have taken your arm, but they've taken a friend of ours and killed one as well. I need you to understand, you've said you're a smuggler, but this may be more than mere smuggling. And this could turn violent.
I pull out my sporting blaster pistol and I give it a twirl. And on the side, because I love naming guns, on the side of the gun, there's the 3 red 7s you get for when you win the slot machine. And with my 777, I'm sure we'll hit the jackpot.
I love that.
Is there a job where you do this? Because you need that job.
Just name guns? Yeah, I'd love that. Just like
looking at Destiny.
You're like the opposite of when you hear the name of a product and you're like, how pathetic, someone got paid to do that. You're the one that should be doing it. Jesus Christ.
You need to be working at Bethesda naming all the legendary items in Starfield or Skyrim.
Yeah, bet. I'd take that job.
So after
Thank you, guys.
Q-Rock says that, I don't know how he would feel about this, but I wanted to kind of pull him aside a little bit.
How do you go about it?
So I'm assuming we're sitting at a table or like a bar table, like a higher up one. And I kind of want to just like grab your back a little bit and just pull you closer a little bit.
You reach for his back and he sort of like pulls back for a second and gives you a side eye.
I mean you no harm. I want to say something that might not be well heard on some ears.
Oh, well, that's just fine. You just can't go reaching for a gambling man's gun.
He has a gun on his back?
Well, it's on his hip.
Oh, okay.
I twirled it and then...
Okay, gotcha.
I like it, man. He's ready.
So,
Always.
I do want to warn you that along this journey we have dealt with multiple Dark Jedi. A great threat to us, at the very least.
Like I said, I really don't know too much about Jedi. I know they got some sort of moral codes they stand for. They're based out of Coruscant. They work for the Republic. I know they're a bunch of goody two-shoes for the most part.
That moral code goes out the window for these folks. That's all you need to know.
Okay, well, I'll make sure I'm ready. And he gives you a wink.
Okay.
I'm going to, just because I can't stop pushing this, I'm going to kind of, I couldn't hear that. You were kind of whispering it, right?
I mean, it depends.
I respect you. I wouldn't be listening if you were trying to keep it shy.
I was more trying to keep it from Redar and what's-her-face.
I'll leave it at that then, that's fine. Because I would be drawing attention to it, so I'm picking up on that. Well, the fact remains, we need to decide what lead to follow or how to find one. We've narrowed her maybe down to the mid-rim. Her driver perhaps to Corellia. But they don't sound like the type to return home blatantly.
Well, if they got themselves a hit, who says they're going home?
The bounty. We need to find out who placed it.
What do you guys know about the bounty? Do you know, because you guys said that they stole your bounty. Where was your target? Where were you supposed to take her?
We were hired by the Jedi Council to return her. She was taken from battle.
Oh, so I see. That explains why the Jedi are involved. You're trying to return one.
To be honest, I don't care what happens. We want her back because she belonged to us. Who collects the bounty? Well, where the bounty's delivered, rather, is of my least concern. We want vengeance, and we want what's ours. That's probably a deception.
It depends. Are you actually after revenge?
Oh, no. A little bit, but the fact that I don't care about her returning to the Jedi Order was definitely a lie. And that was a hefty 9, and it depends on, I believe your rules on skill checks are crit fails. It's the one.
Yeah, you can crit fail a skill check.
What is that? What's that?
So she returned to the Jedi. It's important if she returns. We don't care where she returns. We just want her back. Is really what comes out of my mouth.
So Q-Rock sort of like leans back and he eyes you up and down. And he just goes sort of like just being like, yeah, for sure, man. He's like, yeah, I understand. It was personal. I can see that.
Very personal.
Well, given that we've got something to jump off of, I suggest we find a more private place to discuss our next move.
So, this is actually kind of perfect for this session. The gather information skill is pretty much specific to this very moment, where you can use that skill to learn news and rumors, learn secret information, or locate an individual.
Gotcha.
Fuck yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you guys are in kind of the center of the Bounty Hunters Guild. If you wanted to offer some...
We spread out and have a night in the bar and just talk to people.
Yeah, it would take probably some bribery money, but you could talk to people, make a gather information check, and you might be able to determine where the Hound hangs out or where they're going.
I could play some sabacc, get us some coin, but I ain't got much coin to my name.
Well, can't really say that I have any coin.
They use coins out here, not credits.
Kinari's response would be more like, well, we don't have much coin.
Well, I could also just ask, is there anything else I might have known from that game of sabacc with the Hound?
Make a gather information check.
Hell yeah, I was hoping you'd say that.
You rolled on that one, didn't
Crit
you?
fail.
Yes.
You were plastered during that game.
God, that's a DM right there.
You're
Good
lucky
work.
to remember what you did.
Yeah, honestly.
All right. Can I do a gather information check?
Yes. Wait, are you just going around talking to people?
Yeah, I just want to kind of talk to people, find out more about the bounty, see what people know. With that, I rolled a 22.
You would not find out any information.
23. Okay. I can't seem to
I'm
find...
going to, while you guys are doing this, because I imagine this takes some time, I'm going to excuse myself to the refresher, and I am going to head outside and see is there like an alley or a place like that I can get some like cover from line of sight? Okay. I am going to try far seeing to see if I can get a glimpse of anything.
Okay.
So,
Does it have to be MAL'IA or could it be the Hound?
it's what I'm actually double checking.
Cool.
You gain a vague memory or a momentary impression of events happening around a particular being in some distant place. One creature you know or have met before, so I can do on the Hound. So I'm going to try to use far-seeing to see the Hound.
Nice.
So use the force check against their will defense.
Okay.
Oh no, 23.
That's a good question. I gotta find the character sheet.
So while you're doing that, I'll clarify what this gives me. I can't do it again for 24 hours on the same target. If my check equals or exceeds, I can sense whether the target is alive or dead and gain a vague sense of its immediate surroundings, what it's currently doing, and any strong emotions it's presently feeling. A dead target has a will defense of 30 for this purpose.
I have found the Hound's character sheet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's not good news, I don't think.
Okay, so what did
The only
you
thing I
need
have
to
going
beat?
for me is... So I needed to equal or exceed, and I rolled a 13. 23. High.
Will defense.
Against Will?
Yeah.
You will not find your target.
Had a feeling.
Shit. And that is not a telekinetic power, so I cannot get another use of it. All right, so I'll return to the bar broken and defeated. That'll give you guys time to do some more if you want to do anything.
I would like to ask the Twi'lek in the corner. Do they know anything about the Hound?
Make a gather information check.
I swear to God, if they fucking talk and start sounding like Stone Cold
Cold
Steve Austin, I'm gonna lose my shit.
It is not Nellos.
I got a 25.
I might know something, but it's gonna take a couple of credits.
Oh, is that so?
Well, good day.
Yeah, I'd say for 1,000 credits, I might be able to point you in the right direction.
What the fuck?
One moment, please. I'll be right back.
We're about to have to fucking side quest.
Our new friend over here, how many credits do you have?
Well, considering the Hound stole about all of what I got about 10 credits to my name.
Oh, how good are you at sabacc again?
Well, I'd like to think I'm the best, but...
Damn.
You could try play him in a game of sabacc.
Oh,
The guy
1 to
here.
100 odds.
1 to 100 odds. Let's play a game of sabacc then.
You guys just gonna gamble all night.
I don't know what else to do.
All right.
We have our ship as collateral, but if we give it up, we're off. We can't get off world.
Yeah.
That's true.
We about to gamble a ship away for some information.
Gamble a ship.
What would be a gambling roll? Like, what's your roll
It's
for gambling?
I believe it's based around wisdom.
Pray tell more.
It's in the main book on page 47.
Does anyone have anything that'd be worth, maybe not our whole ship, but worth some information? I mean, I can put down my bandolier on the table.
Can I
only
actually
have one possession, and I'm not gonna sell it.
Yeah, wait.
Or gamble it.
Holocron and a journal, but I guess.
I was gonna offer up the Sith Holocron as something. See if you can
Jesus,
find a
Kinari.
collector.
I mean, you might be right. Shit.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at the guy at the table. You say $1,000 for some information?
1,000 credits, yeah.
I've got a pair of electro binoculars that I bought for about 1,000. I'll trade you that for the info.
Make a deception.
Okay. Just saying, when I bought them in the book, it was 1,000 credits, but
It's a 4.
that ain't great. That's a 10.
No, I'll take the credits instead, please.
I'm not there. Are you guys all spread out kind of thing?
We're trying to get information out of this guy.
Are we all there?
At least Justin and I are. I don't know where Rich is at. I think he's talking to someone else.
Just talking to random people.
All right, I'm going to randomly decide who I join. No, I'd go to Kinari because I would approach Kinari. And if the conversation breaks up, I'll let you know that I couldn't see anything trying to track the hound.
That's concerning.
It's a formidable enemy. It didn't quite feel the same as with Aegis. So at the very least, perhaps we don't have to worry about those little lizards anymore, but...
At the very least, I don't think we'll have to worry about a force sensitive again. Maybe.
Well, I can try again, but I'll need to rest first. Any luck finding anyone in here?
I haven't found a single bit of information.
You got 1,000 credits on you.
All we have of any worth is our ship.
Then I haven't found anything.
What would 1,000 credits get you?
Potentially. And I gestured towards the guy that Justin and I were Kreedo and I were talking to. He supposedly has some intel for us for 1,000 credits.
How persuasive are you?
Not very. Better with my hands.
Now, I have no intention of violence, but we may be able to get more information if we can get him alone.
I was about to say, it might be better to intimidate than to persuade at this point.
I was simply going to ask. I'm going to wink at Kinari.
So, Kreedo, I understand that you got a good standing with the proprietary here.
Of course.
Well, I have a pretty good standing here myself. You think we could ask him if they could clear out the bar for a second?
Let's try it.
So, Kreedo and I are going to approach the proprietary.
Okay.
I'm terrible at persuasion.
So,
That was a great, Karak walked up and, painted the table, just, gestured. It was let's do this. And as soon as you walk up, you just pass all the stress onto the guy next to you. It's great.
hello, friend. Could you clear out the bar besides that fellow over there in the corner? We need to talk to him for a moment.
Well, yeah, anything for you, name it.
Thank you.
And he's going to go and he's going to kick everybody out. He's going to close the doors and the windows. And he's going to send the Wookiee away.
Didn't see that coming. I kind of like Namit, whoever the fuck that is.
I look to Daelen and I think we need to ask a few more questions about our friend Kreedo. Why does he have such a high standing here that he can clear out a bar?
I imagine looking at him, he's probably spent enough money to build this place twice over.
Likely, but it's still concerning.
Now that the bar is locked up, Q-Rock is going to pull out the 777 and point it at the guy and go, well, what I'm holding here in my hands is worth a fortune. I believe you're willing to spit it out now. Do I have to roll for intimidation?
You're going to have to roll an attack because he is going to attack you, and whoever gets there first is going to shoot. And that's where the episode's going to end.
Yes!
You're here to make sure that you do shoot first.
That is so much fun.
I almost took
My first thought was as soon as you drew the gun, I'm like, I wonder if I can force disarm him. Then I'm like, but you also said not to touch your gun. So I got to do something to defuse this, but it's not going to matter, I don't think. This is fucking fun.
You've just finished Chapter 14 of the Book of Daelen Gault. The Book of Daelen Gault stars Rob Hunter as Daelen Gault, Richard Caposell as Kinari, Justin Chapman as Kreedo, Paden Castle as Q-Rock, and myself, Zakk Saam as the Galaxy Master. We'll be back in just 2 weeks with Chapter 15. If you're looking for more great content, check out the show notes on all of our episodes to find the link to our Discord and our Patreon. Speaking of that,
No, I do remember you saying.
Speaking of that, I edited episode 7 and then I published it and everything. And then chapter 7. And then I started working on chapter 8, and Justin starts to re-record a scene from chapter 7 while we're doing chapter 8. So I cut it up. I went back to chapter 7, put it in, and then re-uploaded the file.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Oh no. I shit my pants, Daelen.
Soundbite that.
Greetings, bearded brethren. Do you ever feel like your beard isn't living up to its true Viking potential?
Aye, indeed. If your beard feels more like a patchy sea rat than a glorious mane of a Norse warrior, then we've got just the remedy for you.
Introducing the Beard Struggle, the ultimate grooming solution for the modern Viking. Their premium beard oils, balms, and brushes are crafted to tame and nourish even the wildest of beards, turning your scraggly mess into a majestic masterpiece.
I've tried countless beard products over the years, but nothing compares to the Beard Struggle. My beard has never looked or felt more battle ready. It's softer, fuller, and the scent, absolutely legendary.
So, if you want to join the ranks of well-groomed Norsemen, head over to thebeardstruggle.com today. And here's a special treat for our fellow warriors. Use promo code NIGHTFALL at checkout to get 20% off your order. Trust us, your beard will thank you.
The Beard Struggle, because every beard deserves the glory of a true Viking.